let us take up this doubt, that is thermal stress we have received in our discussion group. Okay, we have, see, first let us see what is stress. I am giving you a quick recap of this part. What is stress? It is defined as the force upon area, but it is written in your book. What we have seen, what is the concept? The concept here is, like, if there is a rod and you apply an external force, if you apply an external force, initially what will happen, that equal and opposite force will be generated in this rod. What will happen? Equal and opposite force will be generated as per second law. Okay, okay. Now what will happen, this equal and opposite force, this is your external force and this is your internal force, arise due to intermolecular attraction, bonds, etc. This internal force will try to oppose this external force. Okay, the time when external force becomes greater than internal force, this will start extending. Understood? Is it clear? So actually what is this force? This force is defined as internal force upon area. Understood? Is it well understood? This is not the external force. This is not external force. This is internal force upon area. Is it clear? Now see, we will come back to thermal stress. Now look at the thermal stress. Suppose if this is a rod, this is a steel rod, and we are hitting it, and we are hitting it. So it will try to expand. Rod will expand due to thermal expansion. Okay, but what will happen if I block it? If I fix this end and if I fix this end, initially there was no opposition to this extension. When the rod was extending due to thermal expansion, there was no obstacle, means it was free to move here also, it was free to move here also. But now what I have done, I have just blocked it, I have just fixed this two end. Now what will happen, when you will provide heat, it will again try to expand, but due to this blockage, due to this obstacle, it won't be able to expand. Understood? Now what will happen, this rod will try to push this wall in this direction and this block will try to push it in this direction. So there is one external force, there is one internal force, and hence there will be stress called thermal stress. Why this stress is called thermal stress? Because this stress has occurred due to the expansion of this rod. And why this expansion was there? Because of the heat you have supplied, hence it is called thermal stress. Now what kind of question you can expect in NEET? First question that you might receive is, if there is a free rod and if you supply heat, will there be any stress? Your answer should be no. Why? Because there is no one to stop this rod expansion. Understood? You are not stopping this expansion using any kind of blockage. Point number 2, they will say, like, if this is a free rod and we have fixed this one end and then we are supplying heat, will there be stress? Again the answer will be no. Why? Because again the rod is free to expand in this direction, hence when there is no obstacle, when there is no internal force, when there is no this force, then there will be no stress. Third question, if you block it in from the both direction, in this way, fixed it, and then you are applying heat, will there be stress? Then your answer will be yes. Why? Because neither it can expand from this side, neither it can expand from this side. Okay, so this was the question that was sent to us in the WhatsApp. Now let us continue with our